that for you?
Okay,
Yeah. Got that for you.
Oh, damn.
I can't believe they got electric bikes.
Yeah, I know.
One's petrol, one's electric.
The second reason we do this up round for Ryan mainly is to get some more his motorcycle, get him up to performing temperature. But you can hear just by the arm, it's actually an electric motorcycle. It's a new start. This is the first time it's been used in an environment like this. You'll say it's the start of the year on the Olympic tour, and then I've been working on the Circus Extreme tour, which somewhere I never thought it was working on the circus, but it's absolutely brilliant. Find yourself at a Circus Extreme event, do go along and look, it's very fun. But nevertheless, I'm not sure, just to briefly encapsulate into the centre of the arena here, where you can see the Motorbike FMX landing system. Now this landing system happens to be the best, the most sophisticated and the most expensive mobile freestyle landing system.
The best smell in the world.
Here today, riding in front of you lovely people. Now the gap has been set at 21 metres. That's 21 metres from the point of takeoff all the way to the end of the top curve that makes up that Motorbike FMX landing system. With a spin of lucky to project 40 feet up in the air, up in the air, we're kept to do an array of tricks. These tricks, they happen to be called the sport of freestyle motocross. Now the first one of the show, always the worst one. No speedos, no stops on the throttle. It's all about man and machine. And fingers crossed, I'm feeling good up here this very fine afternoon here. That single apart, yes, that's pretty good. Landing on the body, that's what we want to do. Somewhere between the top of the curve and where the curve starts to run out on the bottom there. That's where you want to be. We call that the sweet spot. Very hard to test these new electric motorcycles. Got no noise, no noise for reference. So to kind of get an idea of how fast we're going. So we are just using repetition. You won't believe the amount of jumps that me and the boys have done over the years. Yeah, it feels pretty good actually. There's a wind cooperating. Are we going to get lucky? The first show was an absolute disaster for us. The wind kept whipping around all over the place. We did our very best to do the best we possibly could. It was a little bit tricky. This feels rather good, so I'll just do one more warm-up jump just to make sure I'm dialed in. I'm comfortable, I'm happy.
At the same time, laughing bad. Oh,
yeah. Feels good. That's a good setup. So let's get the other two chaps up and over, and then it is with pleasure that they get to introduce you to the riders. jump on. He's looking pretty good. He's landed right where you want to be. We were struggling in the first show here today because when the wind was blowing really hard behind us, bringing us a lot further than we want to do because we don't really want to jump to a downhill. We always prefer an uphill. But with that said, it's with pleasure that I get to introduce you to the riders. So all the way from the dizzy heights of Durham in Norfolk, please join with me and make some noise for the one and only Mr. Ryan Cowley. Yeah, this young man is the loveliest guy you will ever meet. He's been travelling for the last few years. He took himself away to Australia and worked his way up and down. Australia ended up in the Gold Coast working as a boat paint sprayer. And he has thankfully come back to the UK and now riding freestyle motocross with us. And you'll see, actually, he will be back into riding freestyle motocross. This young man is always the biggest disappointment in freestyle motocross because he left and he went to pursue other areas, but I'm glad to say that he's now back in freestyle motocross and he is without doubt going to be one of the best riders in this country. Let's see what he's got as he makes his way in for his second two. Just wait for those instrumental flags that perhaps come in a little bit behind for him. Yeah, nice little tide as well. Like to say, literally came back
He's got the
Australia, jumped on the bike, and now he's riding in shows here. So please give it up and make some noise for Ryan Cowley! Alright, come and meet him after the show. Honestly, he's such a lovely guy. I'll chat to you all afternoon. As we go from one of the youngest riders in the country over to the veteran of the sport. And he's not only a veteran of the sport, he's actually the older brother to Ryan. So please give it up and make some noise for the one and only Mr. Aaron Cowley. Doing the Cowley name crowd. Now, as I say, Aaron, he's a veteran of the sport of freestyle motocross. He's 35 years of age and he's been riding freestyle motocross for an eternity. He is deemed to be one of the best riders, if not the best rider that we have in the country right now. As he comes out swinging with a huge clip out. He's thinking, this is one thing you shouldn't really go for in interesting conditions. But Aaron's obviously feeling it out here this afternoon. You can see perfectly. I'm so happy to say that the flags have dropped. Conditions are looking good for us for this second show. Let's see what Aaron's got for the second of two jumps. Makes his way in on that electric start bar. Snaps the throttle, uses the full 60 brake horsepower. Nice little seat grab in there. Moving his body off to the left-hand side. As he joins me back here on terra firma, I'm going to make some noise for him. Feel free to make some noise for Aaron Cowley! Get on wrong. So, the time has come for me to hand the reins of the show over to Aaron. So Aaron, with a little bit of luck, a little bit of finger skills, you're on the mic. Over to you. He's a whisperer. We need to turn him up a little bit on the mic if that's possible. He's not good at projecting his voice. I can hear myself. If I can hear myself, I'm sure you guys can hear me. Anyway, you've been introduced to myself, you've been introduced to my brother. I'm now going to do my best to introduce you to your third and final rider. His name is Daniel Whitby. He's 41 years of age. He is one of the oldest freestyle riders left in this country. But do not let that fool you because he's one of the biggest riders and most freestyle riders. As he demonstrates to you guys right there now, next rider for around 20 years. So you can imagine, he's ridden in just about every tricky condition, and he does have just about every trick in the book. Now, he may be old, but he is still pushing forward. He's riding that new electric bike right now, and he's still pushing the boundaries like he showed you guys right there. That is a trick you should not be doing.
That's crazy.
He is crazy.
Rock solid, completely letting go of that bike and just catching it with his fingertips now. Believe it or not, he does actually have a radio mic inside of his helmet, and it is actually him talking you through most of our shows. So ladies and gentlemen, now he's back here. Please make some noise for Dan Whitby! So you've been introduced to the riders. It's now my responsibility to introduce you lovely guys to the sport of freestyle motocross. Now, what indeed entail me doing a smidgen of the old multitasking as I attempt to try and talk to you wonderful guys what indeed I'm flying through the air. Now, the lovely ladies out there, you can be the judge of how well I succeed at this, and gentlemen, if I do succeed to any degree, I am indeed very, very sorry. But this is my introduction to FMX. Now, there's no speakers on these machines, there's no songs on the throttle. It's all about the repetition that we put in to be able to know how fast to go. And it's incredibly harder on these start bars because they make no noise. So I've got no reference of speed with noise. If I flip the throttle jump into a seat grab, Indian air. Just grab hold of a little hole beneath my seat and open the legs up into a seat grab, Indy. Let's see what Ryan's got as he makes his way in. Nice big heart attack. He again utilises that grab hold, pushes his body up to the sky into the heart attack position. Aaron goes double can, switch, moves his legs over to the right hand side of the motorcycle into the switch blade position. Now I'm going to go for a one-handed grab this time around, so look out for that little flip. Wind the power on, throw the right hand back, grab a hold of my heel, the left hand keeps a firm grip of the machine as we go into a one-handed grab. Switch blade, gets his body nice and elevated. You can see his right hand flips even up for that one as Aaron goes for a lazy no-hander, just laying back on the machine into that lazy no-hander position. I'm going to go for something a little bit different. I haven't done one of these in a long while. This is called a pendulum. So go from one side to the other, that little bit. Wind the power on one side, then over to the other. That's called a pendulum. Let's see all this. You can see the flags just whipping up a little bit. They're not too bad. We're going to keep going. Yes, nice seat grab, Indian air from Ryan. Again, utilising that grab hold, but then switching his legs over. Aaron stays on the motorcycle, goes for a moto whip, to tap the bike a little bit sideways. I'm going to go a bit more quieter right now. A little bit of concentration involved. A couple of deep breaths. Here we go. Make our way in. Little blip. Wind the power up. Gets that bike to do the full 360-degree back of rotation. The wind actually tweaked me out a little bit there, getting really sideways. Big heart attack there from Ryan, should I say. Aaron's on the way in. He also has a backflip within his arse stop, but I would have scared the living daylights out of him with how sideways I got just then. So he doesn't go for a flip. See, that's what the wind can do. So it can move you around quite a bit in the air. Almost did an underflip there as I go in, one way to the other. Let's see if Aaron can get one done this time around. The wind looks like it's not too bad. Feel free to make some noise as he comes around. Try and getting upside down as Ryan goes for a huge switch. Here comes Aaron. Yeah! Oh, perfect. Absolutely butter. As I asked the question, Swansea, are you having a bit of fun with us out here this afternoon? So good, honestly. I said to the organiser, Sean, earlier, I was like, this is not the best setup for us. This is a bit difficult, but you guys have been absolutely amazing. How can we not do something? So with that said, the time has come for us to give you guys a little bit more. So I'm feeling a comp, but how are you guys feeling out there? Would you like to see a freestyle motocross competition? Yeah! I love coming to Wales. I love coming to Wales. It's so good. We're not even going to try it before because that was good. So this is how it works. We've got 3 riders out here now. We're going to give them one opportunity, just the one, to attempt to win you guys over. Now I say win you guys over because this part of the show is all about you guys out there. And all you need to do is simply make the most amount of noise, whichever rider you believe is performing the best. As we come out swinging, so please get behind her and make some noise for the one and only Ryan Patley. That's it, guys. Just want to win him into doing something a little bit crazy. You see that? Brilliant. Right, let's see what he's got. The band are on it, or someone's at the DJ's on it, shall I say. Let's see what he's got. He's making his way in. There's a double grab, it's huge! He did it in the first show, he didn't even use a point to that. We're getting perfect that time round. So please give it up and make some noise for Ryan Patley! That was absolutely perfect. That's exactly how it should be done. So, if Aaron wants to win, he needs to step up his game. And with that said, he's going to want some help from you guys. So please give it up and make some noise for Aaron Patley! Absolutely brilliant. How you doing, sir? You having a good time? Are you waving at me? No, he's trying to get attention. How you doing, mate? I hope you're enjoying. You see the backflip? You asked me earlier if I was going to do a backflip, so that's for that gentleman up there. Let's see what Aaron's got as he makes his way in for a second or two. I got off with that super.
He's got some guts, haven't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. What are you thinking? No, he says he doesn't really know. Clearly not thinking. As as I said, you guys being so noisy, we're planning out on to do rather silly things out here. We had a brief before we start the show. Let's just go steady. Let's just survive the day. First outdoor show of the year. Just be steady. That obviously went out the window. But with that said, I will hand the reins of the show back over to Aaron. Aaron, it's over to you. Not gonna lie, that guy's scared a little bit. Whiskey's got a lot of that in there, and a bit out of control. It's quite tricky to stop with this standing ground, but we're still in one piece, and we do have one rider left to go now. He does have some of the hardest, most technical tricks in freestyle motocross, and let's hit it. Here we go for him. So let's see what he's got for his best trick. That one is called the rock solid to double ending. Grab it hold of that seat, completely take up that bike and literally catch it with his fingertips and then throw that little instant at the end there for a little added combo. So ladies and gentlemen, now he's back over. Please make some noise for now bring out the most technical trick that I have within one of them, but I don't think it's going to be enough as we try and work out a winner here. Competition number 2 here at the Swansea Classic Car Show 2025. Is it going to be Ryan, Aaron or myself? Who knows, as we throw it out to you great people out there. Simply me, the most of it is whichever one of us you believe has performed the best. Starting things off with young Ryan. If you think he should be a winner with that huge double grab, we need to get noisy for Ryan. After 3, 1, 2, 3! Just really good as we move swiftly on to Mr. Aaron Powley, bringing out the Superman backflip, combinating a backflip with a trick. If you think he should be a winner, you know how it works for him. After 3, 1, 2, 3! Landslide of noise going Mr. Aaron Powley's way. I can't remember the last time I had a cheer that.
I like both of them. They're both doing things.
It's not the same with the electric, do we have?
No.
1, 2, 3! But it's not good enough. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for competition 2 winner, Mr. Aaron Powley! I love the rawness of a live show, don't you? You know, when we have a chat before the show, we're all like, just go steady, just survive. And that goes all out the window, and then Aaron comes out and does a Superman backflip. Like, that's pretty cool, right? That's why you come out to a live event. Well, with that said, we've got a little bit more time left on the clock. So how are you feeling out there? Would you like a bit more freestyle? Yeah! Hey, if not a bit more freestyle, do you want a bit more danger? Yeah! You guys are crazy, you're crazy. Okay, we're going to give it to you in the form of a freestyle motocross train. Let's see if we can't get all 3 riders flying through the air at the same time as we simultaneously hit that little table as the wind takes more. If anyone does capture this on your phone, do feel free to tag us on any social media platform, just at BulldogFMX. We'd love to see whether we're doing a good or a bad job. Here we go then, on the way in. 1, 2, and 3, pretty close. That was pretty close, right? But sometimes good just isn't good enough. What do you think, guys? You want to see one more? One more! You never say one more in freestyle motocross. Here we go for one more. Finishing things up last here at Bulldog FMX. What an honour, what a privilege it's been to be a part of this absolutely wonderful show. Thank you very much for having us. Here we go then. 1, 2, and 3, nicely over. But there you have it, guys. We have indeed been Bulldog FMX. You guys, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for coming out, checking out our show. I hope you've had a little bit of fun with us, Bulldog FMX. I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. So do have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. If you do have a spare moment, do come and see us at our interactive stand. We will be there in around about 5 to 8 minutes time. We've got t-shirts, posters, caps, the new t-shirts actually, just specially designed by my wonderful wife earlier on in the year. So do come and check them out. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we've been Bulldog FMX. You've been absolutely blinding. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you again. Take care.
Ladies and gents, please put your hands together for Bulldog FMX!
Cheers, guys.
And they're gone.